Hello everyone, my name is Triton Perrin and I wanted to bring you a video all about TSE X50 version 2.3. I figured the best way to show you everything in TSE X50 is to just make a guitar tone right in front of you. So what I have here is a track called Ignorance by Carhu. You can check out the band later, I'll leave a link in the description. I had already mixed the song earlier today, and so I have the drums, bass, and vox already rendered out so we can just focus on TSE X50. So now let's listen to just the left and right rhythm guitar tracks as they are right now. Those are just the DI guitar tracks, recorded straight into an audio interface. I grouped them together and panned them hard left and hard right. So now let's solo the guitars and listen to TSE X50. But first, I have to put this in stereo. And I might as well make it high quality and turn up the oversampling. Before we move on to look at the amp sim, we should set up the input gain. I know that this song was recorded with passive pickups, so if you right-click the Learn button, you can select passive pickup. Now we will press play on the song and click the Learn button so that the program will automatically set the right input volume. It just increased the volume a little bit, but this will help overall make your guitar tone a little bit stronger. I want to look at the stomp boxes now, but first I should turn down the gain. And now let's see what the stomp boxes are. There are 3 pedals. One is Noise Fighter, the other one is TSE 808, and the other one is R47. Noise Fighter is just the typical noise gate, and TSE 808 is an overdrive pedal that we all know and love, and TSE R47 is another sort of distortion pedal, but it has its own little unique sound to it. You can check out all these pedals on your own, but for now, all I'm going to use is TSE 808. I want the drive to be all the way down, and I'll probably turn the volume all the way up and the tone up just a little bit. Let's listen to how this affects the guitar tone. Now that I have the pedals set up the way I want them to, let's check out the cabinet. Here's the IR loader. You can load one IR on the left and another one on the right, so you can have the left and right separate, or you can mix the IRs together to get a unique sound. For now, I just want a sort of Mesa Boogie SM57 type of sound, and so I'm going to look through all of the different folders until I find the one that I prefer the most. I feel like I really enjoy this impulse response the most, so let's set up a second impulse response, and I already know which one I want to choose here, because I want to use an impulse from the same pack as the first impulse so that I don't have to worry about anything. And I want this MD421. I'll have to turn this one on, and I'll probably have to turn this down a little bit. We should mix them together. So I'm going to link the volume controls. So now when I turn one of them up, the other one goes down. And if I turn one of them down, the other one goes up. For now, we're going to keep them in the middle and then adjust them as I play the song. I feel like I like a little bit more of the SM57 with a little bit less of the MD421, and I feel like it's a good, fairly good balance. Here is where you can decide if you want it to be a stereo or dual stereo. When you choose dual stereo, IR1 and IR2 are blended together to get one sort of guitar sound. When you just do normal stereo, IR1 is, like this one would be the SM57, and that'd be the left side, I believe. And then IR2, the MD421 would be on the right side. You can also set the IR length here. This is supposed to give more definition to your guitar tone, but for now I'm going to keep it in the default 4096 position. Now over here, I can do a low pass and a high pass. If I just right click and let's set this value to 70. Then I click OK. Enable, sorry. You can set the high pass here, and you can look at the frequency response as the high pass is going over. It's kind of cool, actually. You can also set the low pass here, and you can have them be anywhere you want. This is a fantastic feature, and I use it every once in a while, but generally I like to use the high pass and low pass on the EQ and the effects rack. Here there are, I believe, 3 different effects. There's the tuner, the delay, the King Pong, and the equalizer called the Aqualaser. For rhythm guitar tone, I won't need the delay, but I do have solo guitars here where I'll show you I'll show you the delay plugin. Here we just want to use the Aqualaser. So let me I'll just delete all and bring back the equalizer. This equalizer has a very nice high pass and low pass. I basically use it every single time that I use this plugin. So let me just adjust the high pass and low pass so you can hear what it's doing to the sound. So I set up the high pass filter around 70 Hertz and the low pass around 10 kilohertz, just to like it sort of tightens the tone up, and this one gets rid of the sub bass that isn't necessary, and this one gets rid of a little tiny bit of fizz on the top. This is a fairly nice equalizer, and I sometimes use this high shelf just to give a little bit of high end if it's needed for the song. And this is a fairly narrow band EQ, and so if you hear any frequency that you just don't like, you can take it out pretty nice and easily with this. It's pretty transparent, actually. Now we basically have a full guitar tone set up, but I didn't adjust anything on the amp apart from the gain so far. Normally I'd be playing this song in the background so that I set up the perfect guitar tone for everything, but I just wanted to show you how X50 sounded all by itself before I did anything like that. And so now I'm going to turn on the song. So let me close this and unsolo this. And I'm going to adjust the volume and then go back into the program and adjust the amp EQ to fit the song a bit better. Now that we basically have the rhythm tone set up, it's time to do the lead guitar tones. And so let me close out of this and find out where the solo starts, and I'll loop that section. All right, I have this looped, and let's look back at the mixer. And I'll solo just the solo guitars, yeah. Just this one. I'm just going to copy X50 and put it over here. Now before I press play, of course I'm going to turn off the stereo processing because it's no longer a stereo. Like this is just a mono track, so I don't need stereo on. Now let's press play and see what it sounds like. This sounds good by itself, but I think it needs just a little bit more of the mid-range back in. I'll turn this up to about 6 actually to match the treble. It'll just make it stand out a little bit more in the mix. And now we can go into the effects track and try the delay, the King Pong. The first thing I always do with any delay is I like to sync it to the song. So I just have to click this sync button here. Now right now it has the Pong enabled, which means that it should go left and right and left and right. It should sound real nice and wide. So let's just see how this sounds by itself. I think that sounds pretty good actually. And I'm going to move this before the Aqualaser just because that's how I like to set it up. I don't believe it matters too much, but this is what I like. Since the Solo 1 and Solo 2 were recorded the same, similar gear, I'm able to just copy and paste this over and not have to worry too much about anything. Alright, that's basically it for TSE X50. The modules that I didn't use, you should check out on your own. I think everything in here is top-notch and very high quality. I want to thank you for checking out this video, and I really feel like you should support TSE Audio. They do a fantastic job with all of their plugins, and they even have a few free plugins that you can check out. I believe there's a version of the Overdrive that's free, and the RAT or the TSE R47. Also, make sure to check out the band, Carhu. A link to their website will be in the description. If you would like to hear the full mix of this song, there will be a link to it in the description. If you have any questions or comments about TSE X50 or feedback about my videos, please leave a comment down below. Also, please subscribe if you enjoy my videos. There will be more on the way. Thank you very much and goodbye.